Hello folks, it's me again. Yes, I did not think I was going to be making any more videos about Genius Strategy, and lo and behold, I am very, very wrong, in fact. Oh my god, I was already really excited after the new episode, and I kind of want to make a video separately and just talk about the episode and, you know, how really neat it was and seeing all the cool stuff, but, Jesus, this is just... Wow, I honestly thought, this is going to be like some throwaway stuff. It's going to be a couple triggers and probably nothing I'll ever use. I probably won't even bother making a video on it. And good God was I wrong. So, so right now we have a draw trigger, Ingot Schaefer. Just pop it into his soul, give a unit plus 3k. Pretty basic. I don't think I'd be using this. With Giga Paralyze now having a more solid way of letting you draw, it's really up to how everything turns out. I'm pretty sure my trigger lineup is going to be 8 crit, 4 stand, 4 heal. But, it remains to be seen. So this card's pretty good. If you do want to run it, it's perfect for Darkface. We then have Machining Honeybee. This is just a stand trigger? Yeah. No, heal trigger, I'm sorry. I think. That doesn't say. Oh yeah, heal. Never mind. Yeah, it's just a heal trigger. Really beautiful artwork, though. I will definitely be using this, and using stuff for Bombix. Bombix is cute, but some pretty cool art. Pretty cool, cool looking stuff. Nothing to talk about there. Then we have a generic crit trigger, which is Machining Butterfly. Blah blah blah. We're just kind of cutting through the bullshit here. Neat art. And then I don't think I talked about this last time, but we have Megacolony Battler E, which is the next unit in the Battler line. Its ability is Generation Break 1. Retire this unit when your Vanguard attacks. If each player has all of his or her units at rest, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets power plus 10,000 to the end of the battle. Really not that great. I don't think there's anything I would use, especially that everything has to be at rest, which kind of forces you to use your Vanguard first. Last. Some people don't like to do that. Sometimes the situation just doesn't add up that way, and kind of hard to get off and not really worth the effort. So I really won't go into too much detail about that. We then have Machining Cricket, which is just another really disappointing machining unit. Rest this unit if you have a Vanguard with Machining's card name. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this unit, and that unit cannot stand. And then this unit cannot stand, basically. So paralyze this unit to paralyze another unit. Not that great. I don't like Machining's repeated strategy of keep my units at rest. With the last unit that was like Counterblast 1, you can restand all the copies of him, but he can't stand. It's kind of stupid. And this kind of sucks. I know that Destroyer's a really good card, but you don't need to make the support around him like ass. It just doesn't need to be great, but you don't need to make it terrible either. So, yeah. We then have Scarlet Venom, which is kind of another generic card. It's a grade 1, Dark Device. When this unit is placed in the rear guard circle, this unit gets plus 2,000 for each of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this unit to the end of the turn. So basically he can only gain 4k. He's just a one-turn 11k booster. If you're really that preoccupied with having like really big power columns, you're better off just running Scissorfinger. This guy's not very good, but he does have some really cool art. We then have one of my favorites, and man, this guy has me really torn, because I don't know if I want to run him or not. This is Hypnosis Mutant Hypno Moth. And he's an 8k, which is immediately kind of throws you off, but his ability is Dark Device. This unit gets power plus 1,000 for each of your opponent's units for each of your other units with a Dark Device ability. So essentially, he can gain 5k for the turn and be a 13k attacker. You can hit some pretty cool numbers with that, but this thing is that if he caps off at 1,300, you're not going to hit for any higher than 20. And unless you're running Scissorfinger again, but then it's like 22, and then what's the point? I don't know if I love him, but the thing is that it's either him or Articia Scythe. Those are the two candidates right now. I love this guy for the art, but the thing is, if I have to ride him, this is only an ability on the rearguard circle, while Articia Scythe can be an 11k attacker on the vanguard circle, which can hit some numbers that are pretty interesting. So I like this guy's art, but I don't know if I'd actually run him. It just kind of remains to be seen. But holy crap, his art is beautiful. Moving on to the last two, we have... Man, this card blew me away. Makeup Widow. It's a stand trigger. So I thought it really couldn't get any better than Earth Dreamer, and really this is where player preference comes in. Earth Dreamer, if you don't know, is when there's like 3 or more resting units during the start of your opponent's turn, send them back to the deck, shuffle, draw 2. Pretty good. You know, it's a good card, but this card, man. Generation Break 1, Dark Device. Put this unit into your soul. At the end of the battle, you may pay the cost. If you do, countercharge 1, choose one of your opponent's grade 1 or lower units, and that unit cannot stand during the start of your opponent's next stand phase. This guy's great, or girl is great, because she adds to the soul, which powers up Dark Phase. She countercharges, which is something we really needed. I didn't think we were going to get any more countercharging in this deck at all, but thank God we did, because Vulcan and the stand triggers just aren't going to do that much for you. And then she lets you paralyze a card, a grade 1 or lower. So paralyze a booster, soul charge, countercharge. You are losing a little bit of hand advantage, but I feel like if you can either... because, you know, the set hasn't really come out yet, you know, the stuff hasn't come out yet, so we don't really know, like, what's the, how good the draw ability is going to be now with Giga Paralyze. So you can even run draw triggers to get some advantage back. I wouldn't really blame anybody, but go like Rainbow triggers, so 4 crit, 4 stand, 4 draw, 4 heal. But if you're willing to give up a bit of advantage, a bit of hand advantage, then holy crap, this card is really good, and I definitely will be running her. No doubt about it, she's really good. We then have my favorite, though, and man, was I really happy to see this. I did not think Giraffe would get any more support. I saw the one card, I saw all this stuff coming out, and there's no Giraffe Astride, there was just nothing, and I thought, well, you know, at least Giraffe got one card, right? It's cute, but, you know, whatever. And then, holy crap, when I saw this, I was blown away. This is a grade 2, and its ability is, well, first off, his name is, A-class mutant, Giraffe? Giraffe, something like that. Giraffe. His ability is Rear Guard, counterblast 1 if you have a Vanguard with Giraffe in its card name. Choose up to one of your opponent's rear guards, rest it, and until the end of the turn, this unit gets power plus 2,000. So it's not great, but counterblast for 1, make him an 11k attacker, whatever. But that's not what makes this guy really good. What makes this guy phenomenal is not only that he's a Giraffe unit, but the fact that he has the ability, from the hand, discard this card. If you have a Vanguard named Larva Mutant Giraffe, search for up to one card named Pupa Mutant Giraffe from your deck, write it as stand, and shuffle your deck. Wow. This card is amazing. I never made my Giraffe deck profile, mainly because I had a lot of issues with the deck, and you know, towards the beginning of this set, I kind of realized, like, oh, Giraffe is not going to be that great of a deck. It's going to be a fun little side thing people can make. It be cute, but not good. But, oh my god, was I so wrong about so many things now, because this card fixes one of the biggest issues, and that is if you do not ride the grade 1, you are fucked for a turn. You have to ride something else, which is either going to be Dorcas, a Perfect Guard, or that's about it, really. Yeah, about Dorcas or Perfect Guard or something else. Something that you run in as like a lower quantity card. So, oh no, actually, I said Dorcas is a Perfect Guard, basically. So, yeah, you're running something crappy. You're kind of screwed. But this guy lets you get off the ride. You aren't even minusing yourself. So you discard your card, right? You draw, you obviously skip your ride phase, and then you get to this guy's skill. You're left with 5 cards in hand, right? You ride the unit, and then you get the skill of Larva where you can add the grade 2 to your hand. So you have set up your ride chain, set up your best play, you've made use out of a really old, crappy starter, and not to mention, after that, this guy has so much use as a rearguard now, because now you can call him and make a good column with whatever else you have in the deck. And again, you have things like Trighoul, which are, that was, I guess, the other card I was forgetting earlier. You have Trighoul, which can now boost this guy, make him a 21 column, 23, I think, I think it's 23? 22, 23 column. Or you can make them even bigger with boosting them with a pupa. And the more Giraffe units that are released, the better this deck's going to get. And with something like Sun Giraffe being out and having such a really good skill, prompting yourself to not only weed out other cards in your deck, but to, get the full effect out of your Ride Chain and your Paralyze, your signature Paralyze, which is Elite Mutant on the Vanguard Circle. Like, this card is amazing, and oh my god, I hope it gets lore, because this art is gorgeous. I mean, look at this. This art's gorgeous. What is that? Oh, I thought it was on the Megacolony card for a second. It's that Arborist Dragon. My bad. I was about to say, holy crap, what is that? Anyway, so, ending the video here, I just wanted to say, now we're finally done with all this stuff. I think Genius Strategy is just about done. I may make like an in-conclusion video, but I think I'm about done covering the stuff in this set. Next up, though, we have deck profiles for the stuff, and this channel is going to be making a huge change. There's going to be a name change, and the whole gist of the channel is basically going to change. And I'm hoping there are many of you that watch the videos, but those of you who do, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And you're definitely going to be rewarded for sticking around, because this channel is going to be doing a complete 180, not just on content. I can't just do straight Megacolony content, but this will be a very Megacolony-centered channel. I will just be doing other things. I'm going to be doing, try to do like a weekly segment over the weekend. I may try to do live hangouts, but that's not the coolest thing. The coolest thing is that I am in the process of building something, and it'll make the channel a lot more unique. And yeah, so thank you, everybody, and this is the start of something a lot bigger. And I really do promise that this time. I've had videos on this channel where I've talked about revamping it, and I've gone in and out of making videos, but now I am finally going to be dedicating more time to this channel, and I will be making better content, and as soon as I get home. I'm still over in DC, so I haven't had a lot of time to do that, but anyway, I will see you guys next time. See ya!